What's cool is the birth of the cool. What's cool is Miles Davis. He was the essence of cool. So even his pose, the way he stood, was cool. So Jay Chalmers is going to be doing his imitation of Miles.
This little trumpet player.
We have time to think about it.
Maybe I can give you one right now.
I don't know. I like the music. The writing is great. It's kind of a new style for the time. They had been. It was kind of out of. Yeah, it had a lot of the bebop thing in it, but the eighth notes are real straight. It had a real quieter melodic thing. It didn't have real extreme dynamics or extremes in register. Like it was more in the middle of the horn rather than like Dizzy's big band. There's all the fireworks and high notes and this and that and the other thing. It was everything in the middle of the horn. Just real solo, like a vocal range. It's a limited range, limited dynamics, but real melodic and straight eighths and skillful writing. Pretty close. Close writing.
What's cool about Birth of the Cool? I think that the fact that it's so happening and sounds so big, and yet we don't have to pound it out. You know, most of what we're doing is pretty medium dynamic, and yet it still sounds full because you've got such a wide range. You've got the tuba on the bottom, you've got the trombone and the French horn in the middle, baritone on the bottom, but yet that alto and trumpet really sing. So it never feels like it's too small a band. You know, I think that's the hard thing about playing big music with a small group is that it always sounds empty. This never sounds empty. It sounds always full and big. The right amount of people for the music.
Well, having heard what Jay had to say, it would be really hard to add anything to that. But I would say this, from the rhythm section point of view, that there are so many chords coming at you so fast and not always closely related to each other that it would be impossible to get really wild on them. Because at every given moment you have to be kind of cognizant of what the harmony is, and in a way that restrains you. And, you know, it contributes to the sound that Jay was talking about, which is nothing like more exuberant or extra loud or extra crazy. It's kind of a harmonic format that hems you in a little bit.
So what's cool about the Birth of the Cool?
Well, what's cool about it to me personally, most of these arrangements are about 60 years old, even a little older, because they were 48 and 49. I was around then, and I was digging it then, so the harmonic structure, it just sounds so much hipper than a big band doing it. You can hear all six horns. And I think they can do a little more experimenting with six horns than they can with a big band and make it sound right. They get those nice chords, those close chords. And plus, everybody gets solo space, which doesn't happen always with a big band.
No.
And,
So how about I talk? I'll welcome everybody.
Yeah, because I gotta
well, let's see here.
I'll welcome everybody.
Oh, wait a minute, I'm going into my Gabby Hayes mode.